There was a time, not long after creation, when my heart broke. The world I had made with such love had become filled with violence and wickedness. Every thought of humanity was evil, all the time. I looked upon the earth and was grieved to my very core. Something had to change. But in the midst of all this darkness, there was one man who still walked with me. His name was Noah. He was righteous, blameless among his generation. While the world had turned away, Noah remained faithful, and I had a plan for him that would change everything. Noah, I said to him, I am going to put an end to all people. The earth is filled with violence because of them, but I will establish my covenant with you. Build an ark of cypress wood, 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 30 cubits high. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. Noah obeyed me without question. In a land where it had never flooded, he began building a massive boat. His neighbors laughed. They mocked him day after day, year after year. A flood? They sneered. There has never been such a thing. But Noah kept building. That is what faith looks like, beloved child. For 120 years, Noah worked on the ark. He preached righteousness to anyone who would listen, but none believed. His sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, worked alongside him. His wife and daughters-in-law prepared provisions. Together, they trusted in what they could not yet see. When the ark was complete, I called the animals to come. 2 of every kind, male and female. They came from every direction. Lions walked beside lambs. Eagles flew alongside sparrows. They came in peace, guided by my hand. Noah did not have to search for them. I brought them to him. For 7 days, the world watched as animals entered the ark. I gave humanity 7 final days to repent, to recognize the signs, to come aboard. But they continued eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. They saw the signs but refused to believe. My patience had reached its end when Noah and his family and all the animals were inside. I myself shut the door. Not Noah, but I closed it. What I close, no one can open. What I open, no one can close. And then the sky began to darken. The wind began to howl, and the first drops of rain began to fall. The rain was only part of it. On that day, all the fountains of the great deep burst open. Water exploded from beneath the earth. The windows of heaven opened. It was not merely a storm. It was the undoing of creation itself. The separation of waters being reversed. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell without ceasing. The waters rose higher and higher. First the valleys filled, then the hills disappeared. Finally, even the highest mountains were covered. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. Only Noah and those with him remained. Inside the ark, Noah and his family waited. They could hear the rain, feel the waves, sense the magnitude of what was happening outside. But they were safe in my protection. 150 days the waters covered the earth. But I had not forgotten them. I never forget my children. I sent a wind over the earth, and the waters began to recede. The fountains of the deep were closed, the windows of heaven were shut. Slowly, steadily, the waters went down. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Hope was beginning to dawn. Noah opened a window and sent out a raven. It flew back and forth until the waters dried up. Then he sent out a dove, but she found no place to rest and returned to him. After 7 days, he sent her out again. This time, she returned with a fresh olive leaf in her beak. Life was returning. When Noah sent the dove out a third time, she did not return. The earth was dry. After more than a year in the ark, I spoke to Noah again. "Come out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons and their wives. Bring out every living creature. Let them multiply on the earth." The first thing Noah did on dry ground was build an altar to me. He took some of every clean animal and offered burnt offerings. The aroma rose to heaven, and I was pleased. In the midst of judgment, here was gratitude. In the midst of devastation, here was worship. This is the heart I cherish. I made a promise in my heart. Never again will I curse the ground because of humans. Never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease. And then I set my bow in the clouds. A rainbow stretching from horizon to horizon, painted with every color of creation. "This is the sign of my covenant," I declared. "Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my promise. Never again will floodwaters destroy all life. Be fruitful and multiply," I blessed them. "Fill the earth again." From Noah's 3 sons, the whole earth was repopulated. Every nation, every tribe, every family can trace their ancestry back to that faithful man who built an ark when the world laughed. You exist because Noah believed. The flood was judgment, yes, but even in judgment, I made a way of escape. The ark was open to anyone who would enter. Only Noah and his family chose to believe. This is the pattern of all my dealings with humanity. I always provide a way. The question is whether you will take it. And so, beloved child, whenever you see a rainbow, remember Noah's faith. Remember my judgment against sin, but most of all, remember my promise, my mercy, my unfailing love. The rainbow is my signature in the sky, a reminder that I keep my promises forever. Until we speak again,